Our ship's company, able seamen in Tides of Torment. We know the usual. High Elves use spearmen as their tier 1 infantry, and that's boring. And Iceland is going to be using Lothern Seaguard left and right, so what about the center? What about that? Let's see if the ship's company will keep our army's company without bringing shame to them. Recruited for 400 gold and 100 upkeep, on Ultra they come at 120 entities and 7,560 health. They bring 30 armor, but have the typical tower shields, blocking 55% of small arms missile fire from the frontal arc. Leadership starts at 65, speed 33, charge speed 40. Melee attack begins at 28, attack interval 4.3 seconds, which isn't atypical of sword infantry, no splash damage. Melee defense begins at a mere 20 for default. Weapon strength 30 is split base 23, and armor piercing 7, so the same AP as Empire Swordsman, 2 base damage better. Charge bonus of 14 is quite a bit better than Spearman, and mass is 150. The unit has the Aquatic trait, like Seaguard have as of Tides of Torment's launch. They can hide in forest, and the unit complies with the martial prowess mechanic, so it gets melee defense plus 12 and melee attack plus 2 until unit health falls below 25%, meaning the real stats for most of the fight start at melee attack 30 and melee defense 36. In the redline skills, this unit falls under Militia Master, so at 3 pips that's melee attack plus 6 and melee defense plus 6. At rank 7 and above, Immovable Force grants melee defense plus 5, weapon strength plus 10%, and spell resistance plus 15%. In the tech tree, oh boy, there's a lot. The Eternal Muster grants recruit rank plus 1 and leadership plus 3 to ship's company, shared with Lothern Seaguard, which their aquatic trait should help them keep pace with. Light Ithilmar Armory is the Y new. Offers plus 10 armor and plus 5% speed. Trumpeters, our new version, offers plus 5 melee attack, which, if you think about it, is a substantial boost. Militia Training gives plus 10% XP gain and plus 2% casualty replenishment for this unit and a bunch of others. Stepping back a bit, Appoint Sea Masters gives minus 10% to recruitment cost and another source of plus 1 recruit rank. Recall Colonists provides minus 5% upkeep and another source of plus 2% replenishment. There's a bunch of texts that can potentially add even more, but these texts are in a section exclusive to the Sea Patrol faction created for Tides of Torment. The other lords cannot even access this option. Nonetheless, due to relevance, I will relay them here. Seasoned Smithies as plus 10 armor, Quarterdeck Drills as plus 1 melee attack per rank for ship's company, Right of the Sailor as plus 1% ward save per rank for ship's company. Specialized Boarding Weaponry trades plus 1 armor piercing for minus 1 base damage per rank for ship's company. Ladriel's Grace gives plus 1 melee defense per rank for them. Years at Sea gives Dragonship Maw buildings an extra plus 1 recruit rank per building tier for ship's company units. So how do we use ship's company? Well, setting aside you get crazy stuff laid in the tech tree if you're Iceland. I've heard these compared to bleak swords for the Dark Elves. Well, there's no murderous prowess, but the general idea is the same. What these are is better Empire Swordsmen for almost as cheap as Swordsmen for an expensive unit faction. They swiftly get very competitive for trading with enemy frontline infantry, and those big shields keep them much safer from enemy missile attacks. The basic question will of course be, why not just get more Lothern Seaguard, particularly now? Well, what's the big weaknesses of Seaguard? It's that their melee is nothing special against infantry, and they don't have 120 entities. They're great, don't get me wrong, but they can use a junior cadre to do the hacking and slashing, while Seaguard do the shooting and cavalry stabbing. Seaguard forced to try and do all the work are Seaguard being used in suboptimal ways. It's also good to have a low-cost option so that you can afford more dazzling units and not just do archer spam because that's been done. Not that it isn't effective in a lot of cases. So, both for tactical reasons and just to stuff armies with filler to hold the center and keep enemies off your missile units, don't shy away from Sea Company, especially if you're playing the Sea Patrol. Just keep the quantities reasonable and happily use Seaguard for Seaguard things. Take care, and have fun drowning the enemy in salty elven sailors. You haven't been able to use such orthodox tactics cheaply all this time, so it's kind of fresh. Water.